guest speaker tonight, Vice Admiral Scott Van Buskirk, Commander, U.S. 7th Fleet. As 7th Fleet Commander, Vice Admiral Van Buskirk's area of responsibility encompasses more than 48 million square miles, including 35 maritime countries and the world's 5 largest foreign armed forces. At any given time,
well, first of all, a couple of things. Just like to say what a tremendous singing conducted by the Victory Bells. That was just tremendous with the national anthems. My hats off to you. Second thing, I never thought I would be introduced by Bob Hope. And I have to say, after watching you when I was a young child, you know, around the TV, in black and white TV, and all those specials, you haven't aged a single day. So good to see you. Well, it truly is an honor and pleasure to be here tonight. It's really great for Mindy and I to have the opportunity to come back to the new SANNO Hotel. For Mindy's first opportunity, I had the opportunity in 1989 to be here, and it hasn't changed a bit. All kidding aside, it is absolutely incredible. It continues to improve and continues to be a wonderful place for us to do things like this, and for our men and women in the services to be able to come to conduct some rest and recreation. And it's just a truly wonderful place. Well, good evening and konbanwa. Thank you for inviting me to this very special occasion to pay tribute to the United Service Organizations, the USO, and particularly to USO Japan. And to be part of a salute to 16 military honorees who we've had a chance to meet tonight. It's too bad that several of them could not be here. Additionally, it's also a pleasure and honor to recognize the selfless personnel of this tremendous organization, an organization that dedicates itself to supporting our soldiers, our sailors, our airmen, and our Marines, until, as the motto states, everyone comes home. It's wonderful to be here this evening with some of my fellow flag officers and general officers from Japan, as well as our colleagues from the community and private industry, as well in the whole region. I've had a great opportunity to meet many of you here this evening. This event and the tremendous services provided by the USO Japan and its director here, Juliet Domingo, would not be possible without the selfless support of our sponsors. We've had a chance to meet them as well, and we'll have a chance to recognize them later on in the program. But thank you all very much for what you do. We would not be here tonight and have the opportunity to honor these people here tonight. So thank you to all the sponsors. Let me start by saying there's a few constants in life. In the spring, cherry blossoms bloom across the countryside. In the fall, the leaves of the trees turn beautiful shades of gold and orange. And when a U.S. service member is in need or far away from home, the USO is there. It is by no means an exaggeration that I'm a huge fan of the USO. So it is a pleasure to be here this evening to express the heartfelt gratitude that we in the military feel for the United Service Organization. As I've transited from duty station to duty station, I cannot think of one location that the USO did not make a profound impact on me, or one of my sailors, or many of the Marines. I witnessed firsthand the power of the USO in action, during my tour in Iraq. From special events to packages from the States, and culminating with the awesome USO Welcome Home at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport for all of us returning service members. I was truly moved, and I know everybody else was too. That experience, the feelings of coming home, would have been completely different had it not been for the efforts of the USO. That experience solidified my already strong conviction and the strong support for this great institution, an institution that does so much with so little. I'm convinced that as leaders, we all need to be supporters of the USO. They do so much to bring comfort and support to our personnel that we all wish we could do ourselves. But we just can't do it without their support. For nearly 70 years, since 1941, the USO has provided a home away from home for U.S. service members at the USO centers around the world. Today, there are more than 140 centers worldwide, with 4 centers in mainland Japan alone. USO Japan began in the 1990s as a single center. Today's presence include 2 centers in Sasebo, one in Camp Fuji, and one in Yokosuka. Between 6,500 and 7,500 service members visit these centers each month. That's pretty impressive. It's even more incredible when you consider that all are only staffed by 11 full-time and part-time staff members among all 4 centers. USO Japan personally touches our men and women in uniform in a profound and memorable way with a myriad of programs. Thanksgiving brunch and Christmas breakfasts. On 2 days of the year, most important to the American families, our single and unaccompanied U.S. military members here in Japan truly miss their own homes and families. But the USO Japan centers fill in to provide free turkey, ham, and all the trimmings on Thanksgiving Day, and then on Christmas, our lonely personnel enjoy a free steak and eggs breakfast to begin their holiday spirit. USO Japan hosts many other military family appreciation events throughout the area, where food and prizes are given away to military members, their families, and also provides support to welcome home ships and aircraft squadrons returning from deployment. USO Japan supports our individual augmentee deployers as well, or what we refer to as IAs. In partnership with the Fleet and Family Service Centers, Airmen Readiness Centers, and Army Support Centers, the USO sponsors IA appreciation dinners and events. They host events for spouses of deployed service members and sponsors. Care package stuffing events in which spouses come together for mutual support and assemble care packages to send to their deployed military members. USO programs like United Through Reading allow our deployed service members to reach back and read to their children. And consistent with our military tradition of service and giving, USO Japan also supports community outreach events, including visits to children's homes and nursing homes in the community. Besides these very special events and programs, each USO Japan Center always provides that relaxing home away from home. It's this environment for our military family members and the service members themselves. Whether it's something as simple as a hot cup of coffee and some paper and a pen to write a letter home, or a comfortable couch and some movies, the USO is there. These centers to continue to keep up with the times. They have desktops with free Wi-Fi, free internet, webcams, gaming areas, free phone calls worldwide, a music room, and plenty of goodies to eat. These things may not sound like much, but trust me, when you're living on a ship or in a barracks, or a barracks overseas in particular, having access to phones and the internet without a wait is really a wonderful thing to have. Now throw in a massage chair and movies and you're just about in heaven. The USO epitomizes the word service. Service to those who are in the service to our country. And we simply cannot thank you, the USO, enough. The selfless service is similar to the service tonight's honorees have repeatedly shown. Working without thought of personal gain or personal reward, each of you, the honorees, have performed your job in such a manner as to draw praise and admiration from those around you. This excellence, as you can well see, is not limited to one service, one nation, or just military service members. The Japan Self-Defense Force representatives here tonight are powerful testimony to the close relationship between our two countries' armed forces and to the harmony of our goals and our values. Our civilian volunteer who put forth so much effort is also testimony to the caring spirit of the communities in which we all have been graciously allowed to call home. This evening, we pay tribute to these special personnel who have done more than just serve, more than just fill a position, more than just put in their time. They have made the extra effort to give an additional measure of themselves, and we're all richer for it. The individual efforts that all of our honorees put forth have resulted in them being singled out as ones who can get it done. What we in the Navy call deck plate leadership. From this reputation as dependable doers, you have grown to be recognized as experts in your many fields of specialty and as examples for others to emulate. As a result, you've been given positions of greater responsibility and greater authority. More and more people depend on your insight, your experience, and your wisdom. Through your efforts and service, you've come to be respected and admired by your superiors, your peers, and by your subordinates. You have earned the highest accolade you can receive, and that is the trust and the confidence of your fellow soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines. And to our Civilian Volunteer of the Year, thank you. Please know, and that's to Ms. Sane Ogawa, please know that your selfless dedication and commitment to the men and women in uniform does not go unnoticed. Your care and attention to the young men and women provides a touch of home and brings a bit of light to their day. The stature of all of you have gained in the eyes of our compatriots, and those you serve is the truest measure of what you have accomplished. My heartiest congratulations to all of our honorees today for your service, and my utmost heartfelt appreciation goes out to the men and women of the USO and the USO Japan for your continued support. Thank you, and arigato gozaimasu.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vice Admiral Scott Van Buskirk. I now